Hi, my name is Bobla, and I will make a tutorial about JWT Authenticate. So let's begin. So what is JWT? So JWT basically stands for JSON Web Token, which is a way to encrypt your information online on your web app. So for example, in your web app, it requires from user a password and the user password 123. We click out any way to secure your information. The hacker, anybody who actually attempt to read information can read password 123. But after JSON Web Token, this 123 password become into an endless sequence of number and character, which make it unreadable, which was the purpose of adding security element inside. So the basic of JSON Web Token is one to encrypt your information. So today I will talk about how to apply it. So to apply JSON Web Token into your web app, right now in this tutorial, it assumes that you already have a web app that will run in front end with app.js and back end with api.js, and everything is based on node.js to actually and run with npm package as well. So yeah, so that's the information. That's the information about how we're gonna start. So to about how to apply a JWT into your web app based on Node.js, basically have two steps. So step one, I will call it setup. So setup basically collect your recipe. Firstly, collect your recipe. So collect your recipe means that you're gonna install whatever you need to actually make it work. Awesome. Yep. Second, you're gonna code it. That's right. Simple, yeah. And step two is store. You need a way to store your your JWT, because the result of JWT is a token. It could create an endless of meaningless number and sequence encrypted with your information is called a token. That token will have inside the information that you need. And JWT is a tool to encrypt it and de-encrypt it, decode it basically. So, so, so you're gonna need some way to store your token. Yep. So and actually this is the harder step, not the setup one. But anyway, we'll go through everything in a way. So for the collect recipe, firstly you will need to install the npm package called JSON Web Token. It literally named like that. And pretty much that's all. And then that's very simple because that's all you really need, really. Also, across it, your app need to have all the stuff like express, body parser, and lots of .env as well if you want to increase your security, of course. And basically, I think that's all you need. I will check it. I will guide you through it all everything with the code. But the basic stuff you need inside your web app in a way. But the most important one for this will be JSON Web Token. So that's a collect recipe step. Part will be about coding will also quite simple as well, because you only need you need to create a token and you need to decode the token. So that's the two basic steps. So encode the token. This will use the JSON Web Token package with the method called sign. Decode with decode the token with the method called verify. It will become clear when we go into coding part. So the encode part will go into the part that you want to encode in the information you're going to pass in. So for example, in the web app I'm about to show you, I'm going to try to encode the ID, like create a thing called the ID of the user, and I'm going to encode it. And the way it's going to encode it, so first it's going to pass two parameters. So the first parameter will be the information you wanna encode. That would be the ID. First. Second one is a meaningless number, literally a meaningless number. I will call it token secret later. So meaningless number is any number or character actually. So that's you're gonna use that. So the JWT gonna use that to encode your ID. That's the way you're gonna do it. And also there's also a third parameter which is optional, and I actually will use it, which basically expire in. Is because you should pass it in to make your token got expired after a certain amount of time, because you don't want your token to exist forever, right? It would be bad for security, of course. So like security for 1 hour, for example. So for the decode token, I will have to code a middleware. So a middleware in API is almost like an endpoint. It's not an endpoint, but it would be something in the middle. So middleware would basically a place it's like a place that every code have to go to if it wanna access to the code after that. That's the way to do it. So we create a middleware and place all the endpoints, all the endpoints that you will require the token, like some information, sensitive information that only the user can see. You're gonna put that endpoint behind this middleware. So push out endpoint that need security after that. Yeah. And that's the way it's it. And store token, when I talk about later, we actually quite complicated. Is have basically from what I have done is that with 3 ways. The first way will use local storage to store that, which is not recommended by many people because it's unsafe, and hacker actually can hack into and see your information based on local storage. And it's not very useful and convenient as well because you have to work a lot with the code from the client side. The second way, which is a little bit better, is using cookie. Is the most recommended way actually. And so cookies, like you can imagine, is like a storage as well, but on the side and going to appear everywhere. And it's safer because it's gonna go into a very specialized called cookies repository. But the way I'm gonna do it today, which is a seamless way, and it kind of is still safe as well, is actually using a variable inside API to store the token and then pass it inside the API, because like I only have one API.js, so this could be the most convenient way and it will not make any error. Alright, so let's go to coding. So to coding, we're gonna need so just the Visual Studio Code as usual, and also I will use Postman later for testing. Alright, so right now, firstly, of course, you need to remember to install inside the API folder the npm install JSON web token. Right. So I already done it. So you can see over here, because so I already create a constant called JWT that requires a JSON web token, and it's going to use it. So right now I use the first way, so I will remove this. I will talk about that later and you will understand. Alright. So right now we have JWT that use JSON web token, so that for constant. Because I want to put the encode JWT inside the login. So when the user login, their ID gonna be encoded through JWT into a mini set number into a token. So right now I create it here. So because I will declare constant token. So JWT side. So this is a method. So this the information that I wanna be encoded, which is the ID. Process and be taken So I already create a token circuit on .env. So you should install .env as well to get it safer. So my token circuit is meow meow. It's QA, and you can so from that you can save. So this would be that meow meow basically, and from this it for just these two parameters, your side method already done, and the token can be created. But I also include in the third parameter, which is in, to declare the time that I want the token to be expired. So actually 10 hours, actually quite a lot. So I'm gonna make it 2 hourly. Alright, cool. And yeah, that's all. Also add one the token here for when it successfully respond, is respond the token that we gonna have. So let's test it. So go to api.js. We're gonna post localhost authenticate and send. Alright, let me go. This is easier for you. Send. Oh, something wrong. Oh, right. The problem is I need to run the API first. You have to run it. npm start. Wait a bit. So you can just leave it running because I can just leave it running because I already installed Knockman. So any change is gonna restore and run it again. So just wait until listening on port. Yeah, listening on port 5000 and go. Voila! So success true message everything successfully is false because the way I'm gonna reset up. So this is the part we want to care about. So the token. So this is the token. So a little bit more information we want to know. So the token are separated into three different parts. So this they are separated by the doc. So this part actually called the header. This is the payload, and also I assume this part is signature. So this other calls it meaningless sequence, but it's actually not meaningless because it was created based on your process with token.secret with your ID, create this, and got three parts like this. So assume that if a hacker knows your token secret and knows the way that JWT encode everything, they actually can decode it. So that's why again you should put your token secret inside a .env file or any other file that gonna save that little bit information to make it safe. Yeah. Cool. So that's done for how you're gonna code the JWT, which is quite easy, right? Now a little bit more difficult, which is the middleware. So I will zoom it to make it see. So the middleware I have to put is not any random place. The middleware put here, and any endpoint that I require security element will put after the middleware. So for example, the API test is the way I'm going to test it later. I put it here. So if I want to access to the endpoint, I need the token. Same with this will be all about player information. Sorry, user information, with all put behind this middleware. In fact, the only two endpoint put before the middleware is the login, which is for the authenticate endpoint, and the registration. Yep, that's the only two part. So continue with this. So right now I will use the simplest way you can understand is using the header. So they apart in the header authorization that you can access, and actually you're gonna pass token inside. Alright. So I'm gonna remove this. Not really. I change it. So it will be respawn header. Oh shit. So respawn header authorization. Yeah. So if the respawn is the authorization in the header in the respawn not exist, we will return error. The error 403, which is forbidden, which means the middleware will stop here and you cannot access any endpoint after this. Yeah. Second one, so I have to click this. So this will be token. Give me a sec. So I create a token one called create a constant called token one, which is this should be requirement. Sorry, not respond. So it will be requirement header authorization split. So split is a method because the problem is the problem is the 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 token that you're going to receive will be in form of bearer, which is a header, the type of the token, which is bearer. There are many types, but the type of in this will be bearer, and it will be have the meaningless number of this. But we only need the meaningless sequence to decode it. So we need to choose some way to remove this part, bearer and a space. So we're gonna use this method called split. Split as the position 1. So we only need, so basically how you're gonna read it is you're gonna take the thing, the value or the object as the index 1 of the index 1 of the array, because the bear is gonna be array. So just to show you, I can do the console log token. Best way ever, so you're gonna see everything. Best way token. Yep. There's also a second way to do it, which I think is simpler and better. Besides split, if I remove split, I can create the token again, and I use a thing called start with and use line, which is this. These two we're gonna produce the same result anyway. So let's try with this first and see how it goes. And yep, here you're gonna have constant verify, which JWT verify, and it's gonna decode based on the token, so it means the meaningless number and your token sequence, and you're gonna assign it to the ID and done. If anything happens, it send the error with status 400. Okay, let's try. So get, so I pay a test, send again. Error, no token sent, because it's correct, because there were no token have been sent. So the way you're going to do is go to authorization, the authorization part on the postman. You need to remember to choose the type with bearer token and pass the token. So just copy the token from here and paste it over here. Actually missing one E and see it. Oh, so this is a problem. So right now it returns nothing, which is actually error over here. Actually, so you can see it here. Oh, because the name. Yep, you can see from on the here on the console log. So the first console log is when I got the token from the red header authorization, which will be bear, space, and the meaningless sequence. So right now, when after this, when I split remove bear from string with line and start with bear like this, I will have the only meaningless number now. So this should run now. Follow the channel name. Wait a bit. Who's waiting? Yeah. Now I'm going to do it again. Voila, the API is working. Everything is fine. You want to see everything again? I'm going to try to remove this, because this as well, it's the same. And I'm gonna put this in here. Yeah, and see how it goes. It's the same. The same. Right now it only appears like this. So if I don't have the split, it's like red header authorization the same as this, is that bear and this. But if I don't choose the index, no index at all. The result return will be, oh, try again, something like that. Yep, JWT must be a string, because why? It's an array now. You can see over here. It's an array with the index 1, 0 is better, and index 2 is the meaningless number. So you only need, so you only one text index number, so you have to choose 1. Yep. What happened if I choose 0? So it will return fair. You can see it again over here. Square side. Right now it's JWT map is string. The error now will be JWT map format because it's not a meaningless number, it's a spare. So the correct way is 1. Yeah. So again. So right now the simple is that your JWT already work, but it only work on the API. Because right now we only test with Postman, we manually copy and paste the token from here where it got generated and Postman on here when we got the token. So we need a way to connect these two. So that's a step 2 when we need to start the JWT. So there were 3 ways to start JWT. The first way is using local storage, which is not recommended, but you can try it. I can show you some basic stuff. So I will not show the full step, but you can see how it is possible to do that. So you go to app.js, which is on your front end. You put one more local storage state item token response token on your login here. I send one here because it forms the API authenticate, the response, and for response I can get the token. The token I can send to the local storage. And then I can assign to the local storage from here. But this also have some complicated stuff as well because the local storage you're gonna set here is local storage 3000 on the port 3000. But because I have, due to some Chrome security part, is explicit local storage. So the local storage in 3000 would not be the same as local storage on 5000, which is the local storage of the API. So that's some part you need to think of if you want to use this way, which is not a recommended way. And remember to remove item token as well. Let's try this. So we need to run npm start on the post 3000 as well for the web. Let's wait a bit, and now I go to the web over here, refresh again. So I give Bob 123, which is our register, is on my database. No information appear here. We got error forbidden because you haven't set any way to actually choose the local storage. But you can see the token on the application. Go to localhost 3000, local storage 3000, and here's your token. That's the token you generated. Okay, now log out. So the way I'll show it is possible. Of course, I'm going to remove this because unnecessary. The second way is using cookie. So cookie is a little bit more complicated, but it's a really recommended way. So go to API again. So for cookie, you need to install another package called cookie parser. Cookie parser, and you need also a middleware with cookie parser. So app use cookie parser. Yeah. So for cookie, you need after the JWT token already created, you need to set the cookie. So this is the method to set the cookie. So you need the name. I call it auth. You need the token. The information you want to send is the token. you need the time gonna appear 9, so 900,000 secure to true, HTTP to true, so they could be safe. Which if you're gonna do it, you're gonna study it as well. It will be very complicated when it comes to secure HTTP only, but you can run it. All right, and also have to change over here because you need a way to get the cookie. So I got token 1 requirement cookie off. So I'm gonna remove this and take this because if token undefined, then no token sent. And actually I can test it to see what is token 1 over here with console log. And I remove this because this is unnecessary now. This is unnecessary now. And that's all. Actually quite simple. Just token 1 over here. And I'll see how it goes. So right now, so you're gonna try on Postman first. So just go with authenticate to see can you generate the token successfully. Yes. Now, so that's a problem. It should create a cookie. So you get cookie over here. Remember to pass cookie password and yeah. Recommend cookie out. That's what you want to send. Key. Take it. Okay, try again. Something's wrong. Give me 1 second to see it go. Let me try this to make it false again. And see how it go. So I'll show you. Oh yes, cookie is here. Sorry. So I'll record this. So this is your cookie. So you already have cookie. So let's try again. If I test get. Oh, no token sent. I wonder why. So requirement cookies off. So let's see how we go. Oh, this error. So you can see it's right now it's called undefined. So that problem because cookie should have appeared here. Token must as true. Sometimes when error happens like this, you have to double check everything again, which is annoying. So did you have this? Yes, I did. Parser, yes, I did. Yes, yes. Everything is perfect. Wonder why, wonder why. Try again. So normally it should have cookie over here. So I chose that. Yeah, so do have one cookie called out over here. I just delete it. Make it again. Yes, finally. So you can see it. Sometimes it happens that you have to delete it manually. So name, the value which is meaningless sequence, the domain's localhost, which will be problem later. You can see it later. The expiry time will be, so today is 29. Today is 28, so it's today 29. And right now it's about 2, so it's gonna appear gonna disappear later, a little bit minute later. True, secure, false. So now we go to get. Again, if I send, the API working, and let's go to cookie. Ooh, over here. So cookie is away, but let's try on real web. So if I go with Bob 1, 2, 3, no, nothing appear because it's still forbidden. So another way manually you can show to directly to localhost 5000 API test is to no token send. So what's the problem? You have to go to application again. You go to the cookie. Oh, say for no cookie over here. So that's a problem with browser. So right now cookies work. You can see your API, but on browser not all cookie gonna set because you need to change the credential. So that's the part I'm gonna need you to see it through because that's not the way I'm gonna do it. Well, it's much the way I'm gonna do it is much simpler. So I don't need cookie. So no cookie for me. Instead, I use a variable right inside a global variable inside my API.js. So let me continue. So no cookie. So they already declare a variable called token. So no need to declare again. So this is gonna save it over here. Continue. So in my middleware, I only need the token which already appear. I'm gonna show you what is a token here look like as well. So I still leave it. So if token 1 is undefined, yes, it should no token send. But if everything is alright, token, yeah, so it's just like that. And let's check with API, with Postman. So send. Oh, it's work. The cookie is still here because it's not expired yet, but because the same cookie. You can see the sequence over here will be different from the sequence over here. So this is an old cookie, so you don't need to care about it. It's gonna expire later anyway. Now let's go to get. See how it go. Let's go body. The API working, so it's work. Oh, got to remove it to make sure it works perfectly. Yeah, it's work. Now you can see here on the part. So this is the meaningless number created from here. So that's the token. So now I'm gonna go to my web app. So log out this. Make sure I'm gonna refresh again. So Bob123. And here, Bob information. Click on it. Perfect. And if you go to API local 5000 test, the API working. Yes. Go back to console, no error. So, but it's not good enough. Because right now, if I log out, the localhost is still API working. So I need to add one more step, a little bit of code that make when I log out, the token gonna be deleted, gonna disappear. So for that, I create another endpoint called API clear. That's gonna set the token to be undefined. Resend clear the token, and also a little bit of code, just a bit of code on app.js, a logout when I put the endpoint over here. So because I will run it, so you see over here, no token send. And if I log in again, this API. Oh, sorry, just haven't logged in. So it's the information here, the API working. I can show you if I don't put it here, so this endpoint is not being called anyway. So when I log out, let me try again. Bob 3. So a new token replace. I log out. So it's still API working no matter how I do. So it's not a good way because you don't want token to be being there, because you want API to be unaccessible without an user correct user, right? So now I have to log in again, Bob123. So it's correct, API is working, user information here, but error logout. So no to consent. So that's pretty much it. So you can explore it. So to make it more perfect, because I don't want to see the boundaries here, so I just the middleware go. Oh, actually on API.js. So to make it perfect, I just gonna remove the console log because it's too annoying. So you can see that very simple way. We just toss a global variable inside API.js and you still keep your token secret. So that's the think the best way to do it right now with a simple page like this. So that's all my tutorial. You'll learn how to do JWT, know what is JWT, how to code it inside your web app with node.js, and how to actually store it and make it run on your real web app. And that's all. Thank you for watching. My name is Bob.